ये देख, ये क्या है? ओ, अरे कब से बोल रहा हूँ, पैसे दे दे उसको। तो कोल्ड ओपन में हम करेंगे अंदाज अपना अपना का एक सीन।
बाबा अपना थोड़ा प्लांट तेरा
माल
साइड
लाए
में
हो?
करना।
ये लो, ये लो।
ये लौड़ेगा यार।
माल कहाँ है? ये लो, ये लो। ये देख, ये देख, ये देख। कब से बोल रहा
अरे
हूँ, पैसे दे दे। ये क्या
Oh
है?
no.
ये तो चिल्लर है। सर क्या बोल रहे
वाह।
हो सर, पूरे 8,435 रुपए है।
अरे नहीं,
ए,
पहले अरे
मैं क्या चिंदी
लाख
चोर
लाख
हूँ?
के, लाख के साथ चेक है।
मैं क्या चिंदी चोर हूँ? हाँ, ये ये मैयत की ये फिरौती के
फिरौती का
पैसे
फिरौती की
पैसे है
रकम
कि
है या
मैयत
मैयत
का
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 चंदा?
चंदा
चंदा
है?
है।
हम लोग ने 45 सेकंड्स वेस्ट किए हैं बाय मिसकोटिंग अंदाज अपना अपना।
Oh my
नो,
God.
इट्स करेक्ट।
Please,
डोंट
somebody
इंटरप्ट, इट्स
sue us
करेक्ट।
in the Supreme Court for misquoting Andaz Apna Apna.
नो,
Sick.
दैट शुड बी अ सुएबल
ये
ऑफेंस।
वरुण, तेरा क्रिसमस ट्री और आदर का क्रिसमस ट्री, दोनों का क्रिसमस ट्री उतर गया है।
नहीं,
हाँ.
नहीं उतरा था, मैंने उसको मूव करके यहाँ पर रखा है फिलहाल।
Oh God. No.
It just looks like he's locked in a jungle कहीं साइड में.
मेरे को सडनली ऐसा लग रहा है कि लाइट नहीं आ रही है, ऑल्दो अंधेरा है, ठीक है, और लाइट यहाँ से आ रही है। क्योंकि मैं आया, मैं बोला चल क्रिसमस ट्री उतारता हूँ ब्रो। जो चढ़ाने में एक्साइटमेंट ये सब होती है, निकालना मतलब फ्राइंग। इट्स लाइक पैकिंग योर बैग आफ्टर अ हॉलिडे। इट्स जस्ट देयर, यू आर
Yeah.
जस्ट स्टेयरिंग एट इट। आई एम somehow
Chris.
hoping that one day I come home and it's packed by somebody. So if you would like
This
to pack my Christmas tree,
Hey
please.
is
guys,
commitment to Christmas tree, yeah, though.
Yes.
No, it's commitment to laziness.
Thakur, before we start the thing, do we want to comment about the Cosmo Blogger Awards? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
आ रहे हैं ना?
या
चलो एपिसोड शुरू करते हैं।
तो
One
सबसे
second.
पहले
No,
हुआ
no, one
ये
second. One
कि
second.
हम लोग वहां पहुंचे हैं, ठीक है। सबसे पहले तो ये बताया कि हमने ग्रुप पे डिस्कस किया कि हे गाइस, वी आर गोइंग फॉर द कॉस्मो अवार्ड्स। क्या
Can I
क्या
tell you
पेनिश?
one second?
ठीक है,
Wait. Can I
पहले
tell
क्या
you?
पेनिश?
My story starts before we got there.
या एग्जैक्टली, आई एम स्टार्टिंग इवन बिफोर वी गेट टू योर स्टोरी, व्हिच इज क्या पहने। तो डिसाइड हुआ है कि हे विल
Should
डू
we
लाइक
do
अ,
this after the cold open?
नो व्हाई इट्स अ कोल्ड
Okay,
ओपन।
let's
This
go.
is the new cold open.
सो हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि अपन थोड़ा सूट और स्नीकर्स के वाइब में जाएंगे। हाँ हाँ हाँ, सब हो चुका है, 2 दिन पहले बात हुई है ये, ऑन द डे ऑफ। बाबा निकल चुका है अपने घर से, कंप्लीटली फॉरगेटिंग टू पैक द क्लोथ्स।
Anything.
नहीं,
मीन
Baba
forget
वाइफ,
that. मैं भूल
he's
गया कि
forgotten the
इवेंट है शाम
event.
को।
हाँ अच्छा, बाबा आई वाज ट्राइंग टू हाइड दैट फैक्ट बट श्योर बाबा भूल गया कि इवेंट है, क्योंकि बाबा तो अवार्ड्स के लिए नॉमिनेट हर तीसरे थर्सडे को होता है। तो मैं और कौतुक बहुत एक्साइटेड थे, हम रेडी होके निकले, और तब बाबा, यू कंटिन्यू योर स्टोरी एंड टेल अस
So
हाउ
I
डिड यू मैनेज टू रीच देयर, लुकिंग बाय द वे वेरी सिंपी एज पर द कमेंट्स इफ यू सी।
how does the comments know this? How do they know what we wore?
I personally
This
DM,
thing
I
called
started
social media.
memberships.
Thakur,
People just
Thakur,
GPay me money and I send them sneaky pictures of you.
Thakur, this is proof that Baba's not even subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, Baba has no idea. Baba ask us, अरे क्या हो रहा है कमेंट्स में? क्योंकि तेरे पास यूट्यूब है ना, जाके देख कमेंट में क्या हो रहा है। तेरे को इतने मैसेजेस आते हैं, तेरे को लोग इतना अच्छा बोलते हैं,
No, no.
मैं तू बन के रिप्लाई नहीं कर सकता।
No,
No,
no.
no.
I
अरे
understand.
ठाकुर पब्लिक को वो बता ना, the way that Baba says, ये आजकल सिम कर रहे कि नहीं कमेंट्स में।
हाँ,
ब्लश करके पूछता है
What
बाबा।
a
इसलिए अभी भी
lie!
ब्लश कर रहा है।
Fuck!
नहीं नहीं
अभी
नहीं,
भी
I have
ब्लश
heard
कर
this,
रहा है।
Baba. I have heard this. You've
Okay.
sent voice note.
Even-
मैं voice note
Okay.
play करेगा तेरा.
Okay. You voice note play कर, मैं ये अब भी किल कर सकता है। मम्मी की थूक वाली कसम, चलो डन।
हाँ, हो गया, हो
तो बीट करके दिखाओ,
गया।
बीट करो।
हाँ, so बाबा
अभी तू ये वाले इसमें मम्मी की
मम्मी
थूक
को
की कसम लेके आएगा। By the way,
हाँ
that
ऐसा,
sounds so wrong.
ये क्या है? This
मम्मी
is
के थूक की कसम।
No, but also
हाँ.
y'all had the opportunity to do a really dark joke over there,
No.
but y'all are nice
नहीं,
people.
Yeah.
we
Anyway,
will not.
anyway. So the thing is,
हाँ,
it's
tell the
not.
story. हाँ.
So the thing is that I have forgotten, unfortunately, like I forgot the podcast आज record होने वाला.
बाबा
Same.
post 40 real dementia setting है ना,
Straight up, bro.
Yeah.
serious.
Bro, it's
अभी
not
तुझे
even.
अपना
It's just
कैच
bad.
फ्रेज चेंज करके अल्जाइमर्स पुलाव बनना पड़ेगा तुझे।
So I have fully. It's not like it was linked to a health condition that I already have. So
Oh no, I
anyway,
thought that's where it came from.
so first of all, taking me out in public only was a problem. Anyway, so I've decided to go, and I was out, and I was like, fuck, now what do I do? नहीं तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं कपड़ा खरीदूं क्या, क्योंकि मैं लिटरली टी शर्ट, जॉगर्स और चप्पल पहन के बाहर गया, ठीक है।
Yeah.
सो मैं बोला मैं अभी टी शर्ट मैं अभी कपड़े खरीदूं, क्या करूं
It's
ये
a
वो।
note for Bombay traffic that Baba would rather buy an entire set of clothes than go back home and
हम्म
pick up his own clothes. This is Bombay traffic.
Also, other to add to that, if Baba had shown up on that particular night for this particular award, because it's the Cosmopolitan
But
Bloggers
Baba should
Award.
have
Trust
shown
me,
up
it would
in
become look.
short
It would become
chappal.
Baba is
हाँ,
in this look.
we could have played it the
Athleisure.
other way, where he's come with like don't give a fuck
Athleisure.
chic.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck chic. So he
No,
just
no, but
comes and he's just like
but you have to
standing there in his
understand that
chaddi.
don't give a fuck chic also has to be curated. It can't be actually don't give a fuck chic.
Derelict.
What is more, I don't give a fuck chic than actually not giving
So
a fuck.
it is performative don't give a fuck, which is
It's
a different
Ah,
don't give a
it's
fuck.
So by the way, meanwhile, he has called us. Okay, where like we've started. So Thakur and I in the same car. Okay, and we've told Baba, देख बाबा हम लोग dressed है, तू आ जा. ठीक है, Baba's like, ठीक है, मैं रुका हूँ. I might buy, I might wait, I might buy, I might wait. We're like, okay, cool, best of luck. Okay, आ जा.
Classic.
इतना सब होने के बाद कौतुक और मैं ऑन द वे, ठीक है, हमने बात किया, बाबा ने बोला उसको 55 मिनट 1 घंटा कुछ लगने वाला है. वी हैव रीच देयर. Kautuk and I woke up and they're like, sir, name? So I said, Varun Thakur, Kautuk Srivastava. They came out like, you're not on the list. He said, what? Your name is not on the list. I said, but we are on the nominees list. Like, oh, sorry.
And then I have
तो
come and no one
इसकी
has asked me
शुरुआत ऐसी
anything
हुई है.
because I have come
And
1 hour later.
yeah, exactly. And we've gone, and there was a line for the red carpet. What we thought was a line. So Kautuk and I, since we don't go to too many red carpets, we said, you know what? Hey, we'll just wait in line. And we waited in line for so long. Baba has reached.
Yeah.
And I have been impatient and I'm like तुम लोग क्यों खड़ा है इधर, चलो क्या
फिर हम
तुम लोग
लोग
रेड
और
कार्पेट
ऐसे
के लिए टाइम पास कर रहे हैं.
आगे जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ब्रो, एक टाइम पे भी रियलाइज दैट लाइन हम लोग के दिमाग में थी, पब्लिक सब जाके करके निकल के
Out,
1 घंटा हम लोग सिर्फ उधर खड़े थे, बिकॉज वी वर गोइंग टू गो देयर टू टेक अ
और
पिक्चर,
फिर उधर कुछ
जस्ट
हुआ ही
बीइंग
नहीं है
पोलाइट.
और हम लोग
हाँ,
कट लिया है. हम लोग फिर उधर गया और फोटो लिया और कट लिया. वी कुड हैव डन दिस, y'all could have done this an hour ago.
Yeah.
और
But we were
2
waiting for
hours
you.
later,
So,
because
but
once the
anyway,
show started, everybody was doing it on the red carpet, so you didn't need to be there at that point.
yeah, but to kind of like tell you what happened after that, we have waited for our award. Unfortunately, we haven't won it. So congratulations to Ranveer
Shocking. Yeah, to Ranveer on the
for
Ranveer show
winning
that
it.
won it.
And then what happened, tell me.
No, but like, you know, when the other nominees were happening for the different categories, right? So people had their, like, either their crew or, you know, people they work with, or like a whole bunch of friends were nominated. तो जब भी कोई जीत रहा था ना, you could hear like, whoo, एक वो टेबल से कुछ आवाज आ रही थी, ठीक है. हम लोग सोच रहे थे ऑफ चांस दैट वी वन, ठीक है, हम लोग तीनों जाएंगे स्टेज पे, हमारे लिए ताली कौन बजा रहा है.
ब्रो बट मैं तो फुल कॉन्फिडेंस में था कि हम लोग नहीं जीत रहे हैं.
एक एडिटर भी नहीं है जिसको टेबल पे रख सकते हो और वो
कोई
ताली
कोई
वो
नहीं
भी
था.
बाबा ही
लकीली हम
कर
लोग
रहा
के साथ सारांश था, ठीक है, सारांश गोयला. सारांश था, तो हमने उसको बोला था कि ब्रो अगर हम लोग जीते तो प्लीज एक वीडियो लेना, हम लोग का स्टेज पे जाते हैं, क्योंकि इधर कोई है नहीं. और हम लोग टेबल पे भी नहीं बैठे ब्रो, हम लोग उधर पानी के स्टैंड के बाजू में खड़े.
But most important was
I think a couple of times somebody came and asked कि खाना कब खुलेगा, आप हमको पूछा.
no, but
नहीं, हम अवार्ड
guys,
लेने आए.
I kept saying this and then finally y'all still wanted to do this. हम लोग आए दारू पी के जाएंगे and then finally what did we do?
Of course, Baba, of course.
And then Baba took his entire frustration of what happened with his clothes delivery and turned it into a beautiful plan. Where out of the blue, Baba's like, guys, Gajali jate hai. And Gajali, for all
Arey.
those of you who don't know, is one of the most popular seafood restaurant, proper
And one of
Maharashtrian
the
coastal
best.
style food. One of the best, one of the OGs
Yeah.
in Bombay. And we went to the OG place of this OG place, which is in
पाला.
Parla.
Yeah,
Parla
but
wala.
also these guys are
Aadar
wasting
really
time.
missed you there, huh? Oh, sorry, you're vegan. Sorry.
Also these guys are wasting so much time. मैं बोल रहा है बंद हो जाएगा बंद हो जाएगा बंद हो जाएगा कि किसी को मैं
बट
जुगाड़
हम लोग
लगा
को
के
टेंशन
टेबल
नहीं था,
निकालता.
क्योंकि बाबा के पास है एक कांटेक्ट बाबा
Oh,
knows
yeah.
the upper echelons of गजाली
गजाली।
जाली
और उसने सॉर्ट कर दिया है टेबल, कर दिया है खाना ऑर्डर, और हम सब
One
वहां पर
second.
पहुंच के
Thakur. Okay, so two things. So, firstly, I have to tell you that massively grateful to Baba because I think that's the best prawns koli vada and the best green chili crab I've ever eaten in my life. Second thing, to tell you how much influence Baba has at Ghazali in Vileparle East. Okay, just to tell you what a big shot he is. Okay, so we land up at 11:30. Right,
Guys,
we
this is
wanted
purely
certain food.
embarrassing now.
We wanted some dish we wanted. Okay, now
Now you're
the
getting a
the
boner listening to
server,
this. Shut
the
up.
head,
हाँ
yeah, the server has come to us and said, "Sir, शेफ निकल चुका था, रास्ते में था, उसको वापस बुलाएं ताकि आपका खाना बन सके." And I was like, "Oh my God,
And it was
Baba is
specific
the
because we wanted to have something called kisriya, which is clams. ठीक है,
yeah
clams मसाला खाना था, तो he said clams नहीं है, पहले बोला, तो we said oh
yeah
shit clams नहीं है, उसके 10 मिनट बाद आके बोला that reason नहीं था, clams है, लेकिन उसको बनाने को सिर्फ हम लोग के मेन शेफ को आता है और वो चले गया है, तभी हमने उसको फोन किया है और उसको बुलाया है
वो
वापस,
वापस आए।
और उसने बनाया है क्लैम्स और हमने
Oh my God,
दबाए है बहुत, 12 बोम्बिल क्लैम ये सब खाने के बाद सोने पे सुहागा का ये था कि ये सब का बिल भरा है बाबा ने।
बाबा
बाबा ने
इसी
बाबा
बात पे शुरू करते हैं
you owe me
एपिसोड।
a dinner
ये
at
कितना
11
करने वाले?
Madison Park.
you
मैं
know
जाएगा 11 Madison Park और तेरे को भेजेगा वीगन फूड का एक
by,
So
बिल।
guys, if
by
you
the way
want us
by the
to
way
keep going to Gajali, you can go to the Insta Mojo and please send us money for
one
Gajali.
second Aadar, I just want to tell you a secret.
हाँ
Baba has not paid for it as much as we have not paid back Baba.
oh.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show where we take random incidents, we observe facts, that's trivia, and stories, and we talk about it. और ये एपिसोड हमने एक्चुअली लास्ट वीक करना चाहिए था, लेकिन जब भी हमने लास्ट वीक का एपिसोड शूट किया तब ये अमेजिंग चीजें इन इंडियन एविएशन नहीं हो रही थी,
I think literally 6 hours after we recorded the last episode,
yeah,
all this
somebody
started
slapped
happening.
somebody. So
Yeah.
we are still trying to be as topical. So here goes, guys. तुमने देखा है क्या चल रहा है?
First, that one video that came, that one video where जो वो बंदा भाग के आया है, एक तो भाग के आया है,
भाग के आया from the last row. He
yeah,
came
he's
running from
come
the
running
last
from the
row.
aisles.
So one second, this
One
dude
sec, how
had
do we know he came
40
running from the
rows.
last row?
He had 40 rows to see a dude
Attend.
come running, and he didn't think about moving before.
इससे ये मारेगा थोड़ी है, हुल दे रहा है,
इसको
हुल
लग
दे
रहा
रहा
है
है,
अरे
ओए मार रहा
वैसे
है।
वैसे भाग के आ रहे 40 रो और
But my bigger question is, how do we know it was the last row?
अरे it's there in an article. He came
Oh,
running from the
really?
last row. Yeah.
Oh shit! But article में बहुत कुछ है कि मतलब so there was this. Then after that, what happened? There were some people on the flight. There was this one Russian
Yes, there were
actress
some
who was
people on the flight for 13
Yeah.
hours. Yes.
No, yeah. So that actress, the one actress who was there, some Russian actress was there. I can't. She tweeted that कि pilot हम पे चिल्ला रहा था कि you guys are asking too much questions and that's why we missed our. Now this is all he said.
Conjecture.
Everybody is just everybody is just saying they're like speaking their mind right now. So we don't know what is actually happened. There's no objective like CCTV footage.
But my point
like,
is, it's not
firstly,
even if you had CCTV footage. There are 2 or 3 things that are damn simple. So I have colleagues who finished their shoot on Sunday in Delhi. Okay, first of all, they were shooting in Delhi. So they've shot in Delhi and then they've finished shooting on Sunday. Bro, they have landed last night. As in Tuesday night, they have landed. They haven't gotten a flight out for 2 days.
This
Because,
is because of the fog?
I mean, it wasn't, the fog was, believe it or not, just 1 day.
No, they were
Oh,
just
the-
drunk the first day.
So the
First day
problem-
they were drunk. Second day.
So the problem was, apparently 2 or 3 things were happening at the same time, right? Like the Bombay Delhi sector, one of the runways in Bombay was shut for a few hours because of some
metro.
no excess.
वो रोड खोद दिया था उन लोग ने, तो वो लोग नहीं टेक ऑफ कर पाए।
पाइप बदल रहे थे सर पाइप बदल रहे। अबे एयरपोर्ट के रनवे पे पाइप क्यों है सर?
अरे लेकिन बीएमसी दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट को क्यों खोद रही है?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bro,
जियो का
it is,
इंटरनेट का केबल डालना सर.
हाँ.
bro, it is ridiculous how badly this city is dug up, bro.
एक मिनट. So by the way, oh please don't get me started on that. मैं
One
बहुत
second,
गुस्सा हूँ.
Thakur. This guy Baba has called me yesterday because he was in Andheri for
Andheri,
some
right?
reason, for some work. He's like, why is Andheri like this that you can get inside but you can't get out?
होटल कैलिफोर्निया है भाई.
Bro,
एक मिनट साले, बैंड्रा कुछ खास नहीं है.
नहीं, मैं
अभी
कहाँ बोल
बैंड्रा
रहा
में
हूँ?
हूँ.
Bro,
ठीक है.
Bandra is also very bad. I am saying my
वो
problem
चेंबर
is
ऑफ सीक्रेट्स है. ये तेरा
correct.
वो है.
I'll tell you
होटल
what's
कैलिफोर्निया
happened.
है.
Hotel California.
The issue is they have suddenly dug up one side or they have blocked one side of the road, and the blockage is on a fairly arterial shortcut. You know,
It's
it's like
always,
it's on an
always.
arterial shortcut, and it gets worse because they're not actually digging on the other side of it. It's just block ki hum shayad dig karenge. So I'm like, till you are certain, can you open it, sir?
Oh.
But no.
You are worried about an arterial shortcut. अंधेरी वेस्ट से
Bridge.
अंधेरी ईस्ट जाना या वाइसा वर्सा.
Yeah.
गोखले ब्रिज.
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो अगर तू किसी से बात कर रहा है ना, अरे वो गोखले ब्रिज टूट गया मालूम है,
Yeah.
तो दूसरे का रिस्पॉन्स होता है विच ईयर. ठीक है. इट कांट बी मल्टीपल टाइम्स दैट दिस हैज हैपेंड. वो ब्रिज नास्तिक है. Bro, that bridge has probably a daily traffic of like, I don't know,
Yeah.
5 lakh
Yeah.
people just to go from
Insanity.
one side.
Bro,
So now you
5
can't
lakh
go
is
from
one
there.
way.
Exactly. Now they're all pushed to this वीरा देसाई से जो जाता है. ठीक है.
JBLR.
JBLR
Yeah.
वाला. ठीक है.
Yeah.
वो भर गया है. या तो फिर मीनल तय गोरे जो गोरेगांव से जाता है. सो
वो पैक हो गया.
उधर भी पब्लिक है ना, गोरेगांव में भी
ब्रो, और
public
फिर
है.
वो इरला वाला ब्रिज भी पैक है.
हाँ,
तो
पैक
है ही
हाँ.
नहीं. ईस्ट टू वेस्ट
कुछ
इरला वाला ब्रिज, अंधेरी सबवे सब पैक है. मैं कौतुक को कल फोन किया है. लिटरली मैं शास्त्री नगर के पास है. ठीक है. और मैं बोला कौतुक मैं आ रहा है तेरा 800 मीटर 7.5 मिनट. 800 मीटर. मैं बोला मैं जा रहा है घर. तो मैं कट लिया. आई मैनेज टू गो पास. ब्रो, आई हैव टेकन दैट DN नगर वन राइट. आई हैव टेकन shut.
Mauth.
I've come out. It's shut. I've taken because I saw the road empty, so I got damn happy. That DN Nagar
No.
right, I got damn happy. So I bounced. It's shut. I took a U-turn, came back, got onto one back road, shut. Then I've turned around. Then I'm like, Kautuk, what is Hotel California? You look. How do I go home? How do
No,
I?
so Baba, to tell you, something, by the way, I was talking to Nikita and we were talking about so she goes to Lower Parel for work, okay? So she desperately needs that Gokhale Bridge to get finished. So we were talking about it and we were like, when the day they announce कि you can use Gokhale Bridge, ना, अपन एक party throw करेंगे. One Gokhale Bridge
It's
reopening
just,
party.
it's just
Bro,
revenge
मेरे को लग
tourism.
रहा है
It's revenge tourism that will happen.
जो दिन गोखले ब्रिज खुलेगा ना, मैं खुन्नस में जाऊंगा गोखले ब्रिज. ये मुझे जाना नहीं है.
Yeah, yeah.
Just जाके
मैं
ऐसे
खुन्नस
जाके
में
U-turn
जाऊंगा.
मार रहा है बस. हाँ.
और तू
उधर
चलेगा.
जाऊंगा फिर. ऐसा भी हम लोग करने लगे ना इधर अटल सेतु पे.
I was
Public
just
पहुंच
going to tell
गई
you.
है.
Photo खींच रहे हैं.
अबे फोटो खींचो, चलेगा, सबका राइट है. अच्छा ब्रिज बना रहा है, लेकिन तू उधर खाके पान थूकना चालू हो गई है पब्लिक.
अरे
that's
bro,
how you
people
inaugurate
have
it.
parked in. Please
But that's
understand
Lays
this.
का
marking
packet.
territory, na? That's just marking territory.
Arey, people have parked in refuge areas and are using it like sunset point, bro.
अच्छा, picnic हो रहा है.
Sunset.
Yeah, yeah.
अबे मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो भी चलेगा. एंजॉय
नहीं चलेगा.
Jack,
चलेगा,
Jack and
it's a
Rose.
highway.
I'm the king of the world.
You can't just sit and have a picnic in the middle of a
It's
fucking
a
road.
freeway with a speed limit of 100. How are you doing this?
अभी खुला है ना, अभी पब्लिक नहीं कर रहा है. अभी थोड़ा एंजॉय करने दे ना ब्रिज पे.
Bro, no.
लेकिन एंजॉय करो, कच्चरा तो मत करो ना यार.
Then
Thakur,
the
but,
other.
but
So
I
anyway,
can't understand this. I really can't understand how they built a 20 plus kilometer bridge across the sea in like ridiculously small amount of time. But one Gokhale Bridge, it's
bro,
been shut for
you know the
4
Gokhale
years.
Bridge conversation, right? So when it last fell, right? When it fell the last time, they made it. Then it ran for 1 month or something. Then they were like, "No, it's not. Tensile strength is not good enough for whatever." So then they shut it. Now they have said we will
लकड़े का
start.
बनाते क्या ये लोग ब्रिज? टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ मतलब तू 2024 में.
No, wait. So they have said and it shut before the lockdown, right? They have
Yes.
said that हम लोग अभी start करेगा इस पे काम 2024 में. At that point only they have said 224 में start करेगा. Means what? How is this?
ब्रो मेरे को लगता है ये ना,
वास्तु के हिसाब से.
मेरे को लगता है पता है ये किसका ये बुरी नजर डाल रही है, जो ऐसे गोखले ब्रिज ऐसे आता है ना, इधर एक बिल्डिंग है. ठीक है, तो गोखले ब्रिज
हाँ
देख रहे ऐसे छूते हुए जाते हैं इनके कपड़ों को ऐसे। तो इधर जो भी पब्लिक है ना, उनको नहीं चाहिए इधर
You're
रोज
talking
सुबह
about
को
on the west
पैर
side where it
छू।
where it ends.
या
That Parsi
या
colony on the left.
हाँ, ऐसा ऐसा पारसी कॉलोनी
we are
आगे
not
रीजन।
saying who it is. Yeah, we just this is
Oh,
Neville.
by the
गुल्लो
way,
ने
this
नजर लगाई, बोला ये इसको गिरे ही रहने दो, मैं तो इधर बहुत सुबह पी पी होते रहते हैं।
the Atal Setu bridge, na. So right now
Hmm.
it is so new that if you are on the bridge and you open Google Maps doesn't recognize it. So
So it's
right
just
now
in
it
the
looks
middle of the
like
sea.
गाड़ी चला के सी के बीच में से चल रहा है. Okay,
Please
Google Maps
Google
is like, bye.
update.
उधर गूगल मैप्स वालों को आ रहा है कि सर इधर लोग बहुत सारे पानी से जा रहे हैं। भाई बॉम्बे में इतना खराब है रास्ते कि पब्लिक गाड़ी भी लेके सीधा पानी के अंदर ही जा रही है। सर
Google
ऐसे
Maps
ही
is
जा
like,
सकते
bro,
हो।
it's not even
It's like-
July yet.
At 100 kilometers, people are really plowing through this water.
But what I don't get, you know, like you have all this new infrastructure. I'm not an urban planning expert, but I'm pretty sure,
Oh, really?
like, pretty sure
Had
that
me beat.
the way to make new infrastructure is not to completely destroy your existing infrastructure. पूरा सिटी तो सेम टाइम पे नहीं खोद सकता है। ये किसका आइडिया है?
Varun.
हाँ.
Yes.
वो कर
Yeah,
ऐसे कर peace.
Bro, the
Yeah,
thing
really.
about this thing of पूरा city एक साथ नहीं खोद सकता है is 100% accurate because it is gotten to a level where my frustration is simply with roads that are blocked that aren't being dug at this point. I have reached that point where I'm like, ठीक है अगर खोदा है तो ठीक है, लेकिन अगर नहीं खोदा है तो क्यों डाल रहा है बैरिकेड यार?
अबे
But
सब खोद
but
दिया है, तू जाएगा कैसा, इंसान जाता कैसा है?
but guys, you're not realizing the genius behind the move. Like you're not getting it. The reason
Yes.
they have dug up the whole city at once is so that the unity of Bombay increases. ताकि
like-
सब लोग एक साथ
हाँ, तुझे भी
एकजुट होकर
तकलीफ
फ्रस्ट्रेशन निकाले.
हाँ
Yeah.
it's like
ठीक,
all
देखो,
Mumbaikars are my brothers and sisters.
अभी क्या हो रहा है मालूम है? मुंबई में सब पब्लिक अभी इतना फ्राई हो गए कि तू इसके बाद कुछ भी बना दिया ना,
Yeah.
तो मैं
Yeah,
बोलूं
yeah.
अरे बाप बाप, even if it is badly made, the fact that it's not a hole anymore,
Bro,
and it
as of
is-
this moment, if they construct a drawbridge where Gokhale Bridge is, na, people will give them like a drawbridge that you can like a moat that goes across a moat. People will be thrilled. I'm
मैं
telling
बोल रहा
you.
हूँ हर संडे सबर्ब्स के पब्लिक ने जो भी गोखले ब्रिज यूज करते हैं सब जाने चाहिए, हम जाके सीमेंट डालेंगे। सर आप बताओ क्या करना है, थोड़ा हम सब
एक हाथ
एकजुट
आप भी
होके
लगा लो एक
पूरा
साथ
उधर आ
अगर
रहे
if all Mumbaikars come together we can rebuild
I'm saying at
Gokhale
this
In
point,
Bridge.
1 hour.
we should just get volunteers. All of us should just go and lie down
And
on
lie-
Gokhale Bridge so cars can
हाँ,
go.
गाड़ी चला
Just reduce
even
the traffic.
everybody will have even odd days so
If you-
even days where you have to go lie down and
No,
you
no,
don't
it's
get to
very
go to
simple.
work.
On
If-
Monday, people whose name starts with A, then B, then C, like that, all the way from 1st to the 26th, then it starts again.
नहीं, don't give people that much information. Pick 1 lakh people at random and just ask them to lie
Oh,
down
okay, okay, okay.
horizontal.
Okay, okay.
मैं नाम बदल दूंगा ना,
हाँ, correct. And then you
मेरा
just
भी है,
do.
मेरा फिर भी लेट, एक्चुअली मैं क्यों तेरे प्लान में शामिल नहीं हो?
Correct,
मेरा भी है।
exactly. आदर जाएगा
हाँ,
पहले.
सबसे पहले
alphabetically.
double AD
तो ये
तेरे को
पहले
2
रोल
बार लेट
नंबर.
आएंगे, तेरे को पहले ऐसे बोलेंगे फिर तेरे को बोलेंगे ऐसा लेट।
पहले स्टार्ट में लेटूंगा फिर मेरे को भाग के जाना है एट द एंड ऑफ द ब्रिज और वापस
आज-
लेटना है कार टू
आज
डिसमाउंट
तू ऑफिस नहीं आ रहा है? नहीं, आज मेरा ब्रिज डे है.
आज मैं
By
ब्रिज
the way,
ओके।
by the way, can I just tell you one other, just because we're on this topic, one of my favorite accounts on Instagram to follow is an account called Andheri Loka. Okay. They give you local Andheri news. And it's hyper local and I love it, okay? To the point where the news is like, वो subway के पास, okay, one lorry went, okay, and they have this marker, right, for big vehicles to not pass, right? So the lorry has rammed. And
Dude,
the guy,
it's
the
not
guy has
just that.
noticed, one second, Aadar, the guy has noticed कि his thing is rammed. He's like, fuck it, accelerator और दबा दो. So
इसे गाड़ी से
so
कंप्रेस होके नीचे चले गए।
नहीं घस दिया है पूरा
the
ब्रिज
lorry has gone up like this and it's stuck. And Andheri Loka has just taken one full 360 video of it and said, "Don't use subway." I love it. This is the
And
new
so
release.
there is
Really,
another
It's not
guy
a truck about
And
this
you know
height.
what his frustration is, right? He's like, at this point, I want to get out of here and go to jail. I can't be an Andheri subway anymore because Nagardas Road is fucked. If I
So
come
sorry,
on
Aadar.
there's
side.
another guy,
Uh,
another lorry driver. They were transporting a out of commission Air India plane, and they were driving.
oh, yeah.
They
They
were taking the plane, and they did not take into
account for the tail.
consideration how high the tail gets. तो आधे से ज्यादा प्लेन घुस गया है और बाकी का प्लेन अटका दिया उसने
सबवे में
ब्रिज के
ब्रिज
फ्लाईओवर
के नीचे, फ्लाईओवर के नीचे एक प्लेन अटका हुआ है.
अरे अरे भाई कुछ करो, रिवर्स रिवर्स ले लो.
क्योंकि वो नोज नोज घुस गई प्लेन की और वो जा रही देन ही डिडंट रियलाइज कि टेल बड़ा है तो टेल अटक गया है.
You know, at this point, if it was an Indigo plane, people would blame Indigo for it.
Bro, one sec, I haven't even finished that story where my colleagues were stuck. But
Sorry.
the thing about this thing is that in this chaos of road closures, no, I think that a truck closing down a bridge by being stuck angularly is a little unfair. I think it's mean, and I think that like, and again, it's east to west. एक तो ये शहर में east to west जाना मतलब you just
It's impossible.
It's
Torture.
impossible. East to west is
It's
just
impossible.
anyway. Sorry, shit. मेरा
हाँ.
पीठ दुख रहा है हंस के. These people, my colleagues are stuck in Delhi, and they've flown back from Sunday. They finished a shoot on Sunday. They were supposed to get onto a flight on Monday. है ही नहीं मंडे नाइट को फ्लाइट. ट्यूसडे फिर कुछ मंडे नाइट 2:30 AM वाला कुछ तो फ्लाइट मिल रहा है. फिर ऐसा सब भंकस कुछ सब कैंसिल हो रहा है. फिर फाइनली उन लोगों को एक 4:30 का प्लेन मिला है जो 7:30 9:30 बजे ट्यूसडे नाइट को टेक ऑफ हुआ है. सब मिडिल सीट मिला है. पांचों को मिडिल सीट मिला है. बिठा के बैठे हुआ है. और उसके बीच में ऑल्सो ना दिस वन पॉजिटिव जेंटलमैन इज लाइक सी विस्तारा इज वेरी स्मार्ट बिकॉज दे आर कैंसिलिंग फ्लाइट्स. दे आर नॉट holding on to the flights. They are canceling them. So all the people have no hope. I'm like, wait 1 minute. Your point is that now what happened actually is that there was fog, very bad fog on Monday. It also
Yeah.
coincided with the busiest route is that Bombay-Delhi route, right? So बॉम्बे का एक रनवे बनता तो वो डीले को अकोमोडेट करते 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 they weren't able to think, and that's where the backlog really kicked in, because Delhi ka fog means you can fly in whatever some 3 hours in the day. It's like a Norwegian sun, right? Or like, so it just you don't have too much time.
So every flight that I've ever taken in Delhi in the month of December end, Jan for sure,
Yeah.
or Feb has always been delayed. So अगर मैं दिल्ली ये टाइम पे जा रहा हूँ, मेरा जो भी इनवर्ड आउटवर्ड सब ऐसे दोपहर के टाइम पे होगा. कभी भी मैं अर्ली मॉर्निंग या ये लिया ही नहीं, बिकॉज हमेशा डिले हुआ है. एंड इट्स समथिंग बाय द वे व्हिच इज वेयर आई फाइंड इट लिटिल लाइक सैड दैट it's the stewardesses, you know, like the pilots who are getting.
They have
it's
yeah,
not in
it's not their fault.
hand. It's they can't control the weather. Yes, the airlines ka bigger issue has been that they don't communicate. That has been one of the big problems. So there is no excuse to, you can't hit the staff, you know, the pilot or anything. But airlines have to be a little bit more responsible, I feel, in their explaining about what the delay is, when, and give us timely updates, because a lot of people who are stuck, a lot of my friends who are stuck, they're like, bro, we were fried because क्या बोला, बता रहे नहीं, we don't know कर रहे. कुछ तो information देना होता है, because see, obviously in the lineup of things that are important, passenger grievance is much later. First is safety, and all of those things come first, right? Like once all of those things are taken care of, obviously you'll be allowed.
Yeah.
So across the board they weren't being told. In fact, Sapan was telling me a story. He's like, उसका शो खत्म हुआ दिल्ली में, वो दिल्ली से जब वापस आ रहा था, he said, bro, स्टाफ ही नहीं है. तो
छोड़ के भाग गए सब.
लोग आके बैठे, ठीक है, गेट पे, लेकिन स्टाफ वाफ कोई नहीं आया. उन लोग लेट आए. So then all the passengers have given a slow clap to them.
Oh God.
No, but this has happened several times where people have said that we can't fly. Anyway, the other thing about it, Varun, what you're saying is in terms of like the checklist of things, the one of the reasons why they don't want to say how much delay, how long it will take, this, that, and the other, because the weather can turn anytime, right? So you can get clear weather very like it can just happen, like a wind shift here, there. So within an hour, hour and a half. So if you said, for example, I'm canceling a flight A, you have to pay people back. It's a huge
Yes.
financial burden.
Over 3 hours, over 2 hours, 3 hours,
Yeah.
you have to start paying them on top of the refund.
Yeah. So the problem is then you have to do hotel, you have to do this, you have to do all of that. So one is keep them in the lurch, they will just boil up. But the other thing is, it's in the hope that if it clears up, I will put you on a flight and take off, right? Like, or I will clear and take off. Now the problem is, once they put you on the plane, then your DGCS problem, then you're somebody else's problem, then you're somebody else's problem, and then everyone's passing the buck. So you really
That's the thing.
don't.
That's the thing. What you just said now, Baba, for
Yeah.
me, that is the thing. Because like what boils my blood, even if you make announcements on a timely thing, right? What I really want to hear, and I never get any answers, is um forget, okay, I understand that the weather is actually responsible, but who is taking the responsibility? Like where does the buck stop? Right, it never stops with anybody. So it's this vague bureaucracy, like one Franz Kafka novel that I'm stuck in, where nobody
Like,
seems to know who is in charge, who is making the decisions. And okay, you don't want to tell me any of that, great, fine, but at least be human about it. Like
yeah.
at least
But
say, just hold up your
if
hands
there's
and
so
just be
much
like,
fog in Delhi, I'm sure it's really cold. तो लोग वहां पे टारमैक पे जमीन पे बैठ के खाना क्यों खा रहे हैं? Why would
that
this
was in
be?
Mumbai. That was in
That
वो
Mumbai,
was in
इधर
Aadar.
हुआ
Mumbai.
है, वो दिल्ली नहीं था.
That was in Mumbai.
So
Oh,
by the way, in the last 1 week, there
this is
have
so
been
confusing.
multiple
Yeah.
like cases of like just crazy things that have happened on the flight.
I'm surprised nobody has pissed on someone so far. It's shocking.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody, किसी ने किसी पे सुसु नहीं किया. Which is
It's
a win for Indians.
yeah, it's refreshing that Indian aviation news didn't have somebody pissing. Seriously.
No, but yeah, I mean the unfortunate scenario in all of this is just how it's so. Kautuk, what you're talking about, like this Kafka's metamorphosis spider monkey, which just has that many legs that never really you never really know who you can blame. Uh, the other issue is that it's not the call. So sometimes it becomes the airport's call. Sometimes it's ATC's call. Sometimes it's DGCA call. Sometimes it's somebody else's call. Sometimes it's the pilot call. Sometimes it is. But in each
I
case,
would say do one blockchain, make it fully open. Just make one app, okay? Whenever there is a flight delay anywhere in India, just make one app called flightdelays.com or whatever it
Hey,
is. Okay,
flight
just
radar.
no, I'm saying make one just for delays. Okay, where you go, you type in whatever your flight number is, and it tells you who has made what decision across the chain. So starts with
Who are you
screenshot
allowed to
of
go, bajao?
yeah, no. It should start with a screenshot, literally a screenshot of the weather in whichever place you're landing in, which is causing the trouble.
yeah.
Okay. Then the next thing should be, after that weather ka this thing, the airport has decided to delay your flight. Okay, and then you get to see it. Then airport is allowed, but your pilot has come late. So you should know all of these
Bro,
things.
can I
ताकि
No, but this has happened to Kautuk and me once. Okay, हम लोग खड़े वहां
yeah,
पे aero bridge पे, and we're waiting, and they've got everybody in the aero bridge, but plane में घुसने नहीं दे रहे किसी को. तो हम लोग ऐसे खड़े हैं, पक रहे हैं कि क्या हो गया, something's gone wrong. And Kautuk and I, first thing is like, कोई idiot अपना बैग लेके आया है और उसके साथ लड़ाई कर रहा है कि मेरे को बैग चेक इन नहीं करना है. That is our first thought. Then we see two pilots run. Somebody pushes us, like धक्का
yeah.
मारा हम लोग को shoulder पे.
Excuse me, ऐसा करके. हाँ.
और धक्का मारा. I'm like, line क्या तोड़ रहा है? And then realize it's the pilots rushing to get to the
Yeah.
cockpit.
This
Bro,
this
and by
happens
the way,
a lot.
listen,
I remember.
the last thing you want to see
See.
is a pilot rushing to the plane, because I'm like, listen,
आज देर हो गया, आज देर हो गया.
तू स्ट्रेस में मत रहे यार प्लीज, मीनिंग डिले कर ले आधा घंटा. तू पानी
but
पी ले
I've
आराम
been
से.
I've been in the situation once where what's happened is, it was one of those days where Bombay was Bombaying at its Bombaying best. Okay, which is from traffic was on both sides. Goregaon to airport was 1 hour 20 minutes.
Oh, so last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goregaon to Bombay. No, Goregaon to airport is 20 minutes. Bandra, 1 hour 20 minutes. Bandra to airport is 1 hour 20 minutes. Basically, Bombay had fully Bombayed. Okay. Somehow or the other, because I've reached the airport. We're waiting. 2 घंटा पहले पहुंचना है. मैं 1 घंटा पहले पहुंचा है. Flight is already delayed. ये वो सब हो चुका है हम लोग का. ये सब conversation हो चुका है. we've gotten into the thing. Now we are waiting and we're wondering what the fuck is happening. They're not able to. Finally, they come and they're like, okay, guys, what's happened is because the pilots and all, they don't have to worry about check-in, security check, all of this. They don't. So they come in an hour before the plane, like, 45 minutes before they need to fly, and they cut it kind of close, right? So these guys have tried to cut it close without expecting that Bombay is not going to let them cut it close. So they are stuck in traffic, literally stuck in traffic. So they have now requested the pilots that have come in to the city to fly us back to where to fly this plane back to the destination.
Wow.
So they have
I
like
thought
this
like your reporting time is usually like much more
not
than
if you're
regular
not
public.
if you're on schedule, no. I mean, not if you're on schedule. If you're on the return leg, then you just come in before your flight. ऐसा कुछ रहेगा ना. अभी मैं
नहीं
नहीं है
नहीं नहीं
pilot. मेरे को मालूम
नहीं नहीं one second how early do you have to report for a flight as crew? 4 hours earlier. Crew
No,
has to report
that
4
is if
hours
you're
before
doing
a flight.
international. No, if you're doing like us.
So 3 घंटा for domestic, 2.5 घंटा for domestic, यार.
So pilots to
They-
always come in late, bro. What?
Yeah, तो मतलब that
Yeah,
means
yeah.
these pilots were being तो झोल हुआ है and those pilots were being forced to come on my Kautuk's flight, which was not planned. So now they're improvising our flight.
No. So
No,
here
they're
is
not improvising flying.
yeah.
नहीं
They're still
मतलब
legit
there's
pilots.
planning. अरे
They're
but
still
there's
legit
a
pilots.
flight plan. There's a flight plan and everything. उनको जल्दी जल्दी बोला अरे हाँ यहाँ पे हाँ सुरेश रमेश तुम लोग जाओ.
Bro,
ये
they
वाला
are.
flight
I
बना
like
दो.
the
They are
I
No,
like
no,
the
well
image
equipped,
of
but-
these pilots, yes, ending the scene, just going like, okay, and now you're flying to Jaipur. Yes,
Okay,
and okay, and
okay.
scene.
No,
No,
but here's
but
the can I
dude, a lot of them are. A lot of them actually are. They, unless there's a specific runway that has a specific kind of landing that you are not used to. Other than that, most people have been able to do it.
Switch.
Again, I'm not a pilot, so
so here's the
If you're a
last.
pilot, please let us know. Huh?
yeah,
I
how
don't
wrong
know
we
if
are.
I don't know if I've said this story, but I'll attempt doing it really quickly.
Then you have.
No. I was flying into Calcutta, and I was flying into Calcutta for a meeting. And the thing is, it's pouring. It's one of those really heavy rain. So ऐसा करके प्लेन लैंड हो रहा है, ऐसा साइडवेज लैंड हो रहा है, कुछ भी चल रहा है, ठीक है. तो बहुत ये so they've said choppy landing. We've literally come this close to the runway, and he's like, fuck it, we probably can't do it, and has taken off. So he's come damn close and he's like, fuck it, no, we're not risking the landing, and has taken off, which is fair. This happens, it's not new. But normally they circle and then they come back and land. Except this time they weren't attempting a landing. They said we're diverting the plane because it's very bad. So we were like, okay, ठीक है. तो मेरे को लगा चल ना, ठीक है ना, चले जाएंगे ऐसे डिब्रूगढ़ ऐसा कुछ किधर तो पास में जाएंगे. Bro landed in Dhaka.
Dhaka, straight.
Dhaka.
Country.
This is Jet Airways. We have landed in Dhaka. Now the problem is कोई भी पासपोर्ट लेके नहीं आया है, ठीक है, क्योंकि हम लोग कैलकाटा जा रहे हैं, ठीक है. तो हम लोग रनवे पे टारमैक पे हम लोग को बिठाया है लाइक वन नीरजा प्लेन. ओके. So and obvious, because it's not like they can keep the AC running or they expected that this flight is going to be a 9-hour flight or whatever. So उधर मेरा क्लाइंट को हम लोग ने बोला कि हम लोग ढाका में. और कैसा हुआ है, क्योंकि मेरे पास इंटरनेशनल रोमिंग, वो ऑटो लैंडिंग पे इंटरनेशनल रोमिंग होता है ना एक, that one day plan or whatever. So I have international roaming. A lot of people haven't activated international roaming because they were going to Calcutta.
Everybody's using your phone.
So there are a lot of people who are like,
अपने बीवी बच्चों को बता दूं कि मैं कंट्री से मेरे को बाहर निकाल दिया है, मैं कंट्री में नहीं हूँ.
So literally a lot of people, and there were a few people obviously who had international roaming, and the problem is they've opened the window and then they're giving us water.
They've opened the window.
I mean, sorry, open the darwaza and dropped the thing up. But the fuck up is, so we are requesting them that
बाहर एक आदमी चाय बेच रहा है, चाय ले ले चाय.
So we are requesting them, saying that at least can you put us in a refuge area? We understand that you can't get out of the airport and all of that.
Sir, you will get only refugee.
You mean refugee area? Arey!
So we're like, can you put us in one refuge area just so that we can like breathe? Like what the fuck? But they're like, no, nothing doing. I mean, we have to. You can't step
you are
out.
live wires if you get out of that plane. तुम लोग भाग जाएगा.
भाग जाओगे.
Never to be seen again.
भाग जाओगे और ऐसे
These Indian immigrants who run to Bangladesh.
So, so literally, we have then finally, obviously, weather cleared, and we got back on the flight. I mean, we the flight packed up, and we landed in Calcutta, still raining, etc. और इस वक्त ना सुबह वो 6 बजे वाला फ्लाइट था, क्योंकि मेरा 10 बजे का मीटिंग था, तो हम लोग 9 बजे कुछ तो पहुंचने वाला था ये सब. तो अभी एज ऑफ दिस मोमेंट हम 2-3 बजे और हम लोग ने कुछ पीनट्स खाया और पानी पिया है. ठीक है, इतना हुआ है हम लोग का लाइफ में. ठीक है.
बिरयानी नहीं खाया तूने वहां पर?
हाँ.
कैसा, कौन दे रही है बिरयानी? तो हम लोग बस
मांगने में क्या है?
तो मैं तो हम लोग ने बोला,
जेट
गाइस
प्रिविलेज.
सीन हुआ है, प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज, बहुत भूख लगा हम लोग को, मंगा लेना कुछ. तो मैं ऑर्डर भी दिया, मैं बोला कुसुम से रोल मंगा लेना.
हाँ.
ये उधर से मेरे को आई
I'm
वांटेड
assuming Kusum is a restaurant, not a human
रोल.
being.
सो
अच्छा.
कुसुम से रोल मंगा लेना. फिर वो 2-3 थिंग्स आई आस्क्ड फॉर, चितोल पेटी एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस. I've reached there.
आलू पोस्तो मंगाया तो.
I've reached the thing, and the client was mean enough, but also extremely great prank. Has got Domino's pizza, bro.
You know what
Oh.
would be great if the client said, "Arey,
Peanuts.
you know what should have happened? The client should have been angry at Neville, and Neville should have said, "आपने तो फोन ही नहीं किया."
Also, something is so telling that Baba has told one full story, okay? And he has been diverted to a different country. He's been late, delayed, all of this. But his disappointment comes when the food was Domino's.
Food is not there.
चलेगा, मैं डाइवर्ट होके चले जाऊंगा 9 घंटे कहीं और, लेकिन खाने
But
में
Domino's मत मंगाना.
Okay.
No, because I dreamed
No,
about
a
it.
bunch of my
Oh,
a bunch of my
understand.
friends were my colleagues were coming from, and luckily I wasn't on this show. तो ये लोग आ रहे बैंगलोर से बॉम्बे. They're like, why was our flight delayed for 8 hours? Because we are Bangalore में fog नहीं है, बॉम्बे में fog नहीं है. And I'm part of this WhatsApp group that is chatting all night. And I wake up to 70 messages. And they're all together in the same airport. But they're still texting each other. And this like अभी क्या हो रहा है now internally क्या चल रहा है कि शुरू में क्या होता है, सब लोग ऐसा गुस्से में, अरे हम लोग इंडिगो से वापस लेंगे पैसे, ये वो, we will do a court case and we will get extra money, and अभी इंडिगो ने किया रिफंड. तो बाद में एक बंदे ने बोला, गाइस रिफंड ले लेते हैं, क्योंकि पता नहीं जब तक हमारा कोर्ट केस होगा इंडिगो बंद हो जाएगा. तो रिफंड ले लो वापस.
Bro, it's
You know the guy who went to slap the pilot, apparently वो हनीमून के लिए जा रहा था.
Yes.
Oh, Baba.
Yeah, he was going to a honeymoon in Goa.
तो उसकी बीवी बोल रही होगी, ब्रो और अभी हनीमून कहाँ बना रहे, जेल में. उसको मिल गई लेकिन बेल, but
yeah. But they're planning
नहीं,
to put
but,
him on some no-fly list or something, right?
वो तो होगा, guarantee you're on the no-fly list. You get on the no-fly list for much smaller things. You can't just slap the pilot and
you
not
100%
expect.
should be on a no-fly list, because here's the thing. It's not like we've not wanted to slap people. I want to slap people every single time I take a flight. You just don't do it.
There are babies.
No,
there
I
are babies
understand.
that
The
I have
foundation-
wanted to
Don't do
slap,
it.
but I have not slapped. There are babies also where you want to slap.
No, I understand this, and I'm with you. I agree.
Yes.
I'm saying
Although, but
But you don't slap. How can you slap?
no. So he's gotten on a no-fly list and all of this obvio. The only real thing was the thing. The way it started was very funny, because it said that he's done all this. Then when he's taken out, there's a video of him coming and he's like, "आप हो?" अच्छा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, sorry. और उधर वीडियो कट जाता है. It cuts on. अच्छा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, sorry करके कट जाता है वीडियो. Very sad.
This poor air hostess who's like, so the flight attendant is there. She's telling him she's distressed, like clearly. उसने थप्पड़ मारा, and then she stood there. First of all, though, props to her to stand in the way. She's like literally protecting the pilot. And वो बोलती है, आप ये कैसे कर सकते हैं? तो आदमी का रिस्पॉन्स है, क्यों नहीं कर सकते? There's a lot of reasons क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए ये. This is the most
you know
Delhi
who
reply.
else? You know who else was stuck? Radhika Apte was apparently, she was taking a flight and she was stuck on the aero bridge for hours.
Oh my God.
एरो ब्रिज पे ऐसी होता है ना, लेकिन
Bro, एक तो ये एरो ब्रिज वाला जो सीन है ना, as fun as aero bridge is, right? I think उन लोग का एक बेवजह उन लोगों को दबा देते अंदर.
Yeah.
They are just like quickly, okay, last call. मैं ऐसे मर के भाग रहा हूँ, ऐसे देखो इतना टाइम है, last call करके तू पहुंचेगा ना, it's still a long fucking queue. You are always just waiting. Have you ever been on the Aero Bridge where it just move
And just
fucking
zip through. No,
smoothly?
but
No,
the
Yeah,
reason
never.
never
you're
in
waiting,
business.
the reason you're waiting is
Yeah,
because
business has a
so,
separate aero bridge.
Yeah,
That's a
business के टाइम पे yes, but
वो
जब
भी
भी खुद
when
के पैसे से
also
टिकट ले रहे हैं
business
तभी business नहीं जाता ना,
also
तभी
business
economy
which has a higher like वो ऊपर वाले फ्लोर
380,
पे टाइप
the
होता है, हाँ, जो
A380.
ऊपर होता है.
वो दुबई.
so the reason you're stuck on your regular flight is because someone has gone inside, okay, has opened the overhead
And it stood there.
baggage area. No, and been like, oh, how do I put this perfectly, a bag that fits perfectly into this thing? How do I put it in? Then has looked around. Then has seen one air hostess who's at the other end of the plane. Then he said, "Can you please help me?" Then she has walked across the plane. Then she has picked up the bag, which was perfectly light and perfectly fits into the thing, and has put it inside. Then she has said, "Okay, now sir, you can leave." Then he has looked at his pass. Then he looked at his ticket. Then he said, "Where is this?" Then she has guided him to it.
Oh
Then he has sat
no.
down.
And it is invariably earlier. So she has now walked past everybody who is waiting in
Yes.
the queue except
Yes.
going in. Yes. Yes.
And then that's only one guy. There's still 30 of these guys left.
Yeah.
It's
Bro,
So
तेरे को पता है एक बार मैं कोई शो के लिए जा रहा था चंडीगढ़, ठीक है, तो माय फ्लाइट वाज सपोज्ड टू बी एट 11 और समथिंग इन द मॉर्निंग, तो उठ के पहुंच के
very
इधर
early
गया
for
हूँ.
Varun. Huh.
या मेरे इस पे
early
राइडर पे
morning flight,
आफ्टर
red
12
eye.
है, ठीक है. That's any time of the day.
Because that's also Varun with how Varun flies this flight.
ठीक है,
With a
तो
red
मैं
eye.
पहुंचा हूँ, सब टाइम वाइम पे पहुंचा, कॉफी वॉफी ले लिया, उधर पहुंचा, हे फ्लाइट स्टिल नॉट कम, पब्लिक उधर खड़ी है, रुके रुके रुके, थोड़ा और घूम के आया, चल कुछ खा लेता, कुछ दबा लिया, दबा के वापस आया, तभी भी नहीं है ही नहीं, है ही नहीं, है ही नहीं. ओके, अभी आधा घंटा, एक घंटा, देन इट्स डायरेक्टली शोन डिलेड बाय 2 आवर्स. ठीक है, तो 11 का 1 हो गया, अभी मालूम है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दे आर कीपिंग अस हैंगिंग, दे हैव सेड पुश टू 1 o'clock फॉर व्हाटएवर रीजन, बिकॉज़ इधर से आ रहा है, उधर से आ रहा है, कुछ नहीं करने के लिए. उधर मैं एक बंदे को मिला हूं जो इसने बैकपैक पहनी हुई है, एंड दैट बैकपैक ही लुक लाइक अ टीनेज म्यूटेंट निंजा टर्टल, कैसे उन लोग के स्पेशल होता है वैसे. तो आई थॉट आपने 1 सेकंड, इज दैट अ हैंड पैन? एंड ही इज लाइक यस. तो मैं ये बंदे को मिला हूं जिसका नाम है बाबा कुटानी, ये रहता है ऋषिकेश में, ठीक है. एंड ही इज लाइक हाँ हैंड पैन है, आई एम अ हैंड पैन प्लेयर एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड दैट्स वन म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट आई हैव ऑलवेज वांटेड टू लर्न, राइट. वो गिटार फिटार नहीं कर रहा, मेरे को हैंड पैन सीखने का. एंड आई वाज जस्ट टॉकिंग टू निकिता अबाउट इट अ फ्यू डेज बिफोर दैट. तो माय माइंड इज ब्लोन. आई सेड आप कहाँ जा रहे हो? इज लाइक चंडीगढ़. मैं बोला वो आइए, हाई फाई, बैठ. हैंड पैन खोल दिया भाई ने, हम लोग बैठ गए गेट के अंदर,
एयरपोर्ट पे हैंड पैन बजा.
और वो हैंड पैन बजा रहा है और मुझे सिखा रहा भी है, तो मैं भी बजा रहा हूँ, ऑल्दो वेरी बैडली, ठीक है, क्योंकि मेरे को तो अगर कोई जिससे सर्फेस देगा ना जो ड्रम के तरह, तो मैं ये सब कर लेते, उसने बोला ऐसे तो बात तो सो slowly कर ब्रो. Most flight delays are annoying and nobody really likes it, right?
Most flight delays happen because of hand pans.
But I've had the best flight cancellation / delay of my life, because even after saying it'll go at 1, it didn't go at 1. It left
Wow.
at 3:30.
वाह, तब तक तू हैंड पैन का एक कॉन्सर्ट दे दिया.
मैं सीख गया,
वर्चुअसो हैंड पैन प्लेयर.
और शो के 20 मिनट पहले पहुंचा हूँ.
He has become
Wow.
the classical musician Handel.
Oh,
Good.
I
Wait,
was
but
I was I had a
Anybody
gig
who wants
at
to teach me hand pan, get in touch with me. I would love
मेरे को आता है, मैं बता सकता, मैं तेरे को चाहिए, मैं हैंड पैन तेरे को भेजता है मेरा घर पे. नहीं, मैं वापस यहाँ ला दिया मैंने. I bought it here
जिस
now.
आदमी ने पायलट को बजाया था वो भी वही बोला है कि मैं
मेरे को
हैंड
hand
पैन
pan
बजाता हूँ. हाँ, sorry Aadar, you were saying.
No, there was this one flight I was doing for a show, a corporate show in Bhubaneswar. Okay, and I wake up and मेरा already 102 चल रहा है. तो मैं कैसे तो and I have but luckily fever, हाँ 100.
But तू cancel नहीं करेगा क्यों?
नहीं, कैंसिल करने का था मेरे को. So I reached the airport and by chance it is so that day I had my manager luckily coming with me for the show. Okay, and it is the same manager. Okay, Varun knows this guy. He has managed Varun through an epic tour that Varun has done. So I'm like, ये तो मेरे को हैंडल ही कर लेगा एक शो के लिए. तो मैं गया इसके साथ. अब पहुंचे वहां पे और बोला है इंडिगो के सर फ्लाइट इज डिलेड. कितना डिले? 3 घंटा मे बी, मोस्ट लाइकली. तो हम लोग सिक्योरिटी के बाद गए. अभी 8 बजे की फ्लाइट है, अभी 11 साढ़े 11 की फ्लाइट हो रही है. तो हमने बोला कि बाहर जाते हैं क्योंकि वो पुराना वाला एयरपोर्ट है जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, एंड एवरीबडी इज बैक्ड अप, सो नाउ इट्स लाइक लोग जमीन पे बैठ गए वहां
They
पे
won't let
चेक
you
इन
go
के
out.
लिए. दे लेट अस गो आउट बिकॉज द फ्लाइट वाज 3.5 hours. हम लोग गए स्टारबक्स बगल में, स्टारबक्स में जाके कॉफी वॉफी पी रहे, फिर वापस घुसे अंदर. इट्स स्टिल 2 hours लेफ्ट. सो नाउ वी आर सिटिंग. अभी वो 11:30 का 12 हो गया. तो मैं बोला मेरे को कहीं बैठने का है, देयर इज नो प्लेस टू सिट, आई हैव टू लाई डाउन ऑन द फ्लोर अदरवाइज. तो हम लोग पीछे जाके बैठे और मैंने बोला तू उठा देना बिफोर बोर्डिंग स्टार्ट्स एंड वील गो. तो मैं सो गया. नाउ आई हैव वोकन अप एट 10 to 12 एंड आई सेड अरे क्या डिले हो गया फ्लाइट. माय मैनेजर गोज हाँ हो गया होगा. 45 minutes बिफोर द बोर्डिंग स्टार्ट वहां पे जाके देखा फ्लाइट उड़ गया.
उड़ गए.
उड़ गया. अब हम लोग वापस सिक्योरिटी से बाहर गए. The security wala is also looking at us questionably now because now we pass through security twice and me with a guitar. So every time you pass with a guitar, the security guy is already questioning you. अभी वापस गए. We're trying to book a flight. Now the flight is for one guy. Is for 25,000 rupees each.
Oh.
And there's only one seat left. So now he's like, Aadar, तू जा, मैं रहता हूँ. अब तब तक मेरे को पता है मेरा फीवर और भी बढ़ चुका है. Now somehow I get on the flight at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock I landed 6:30 in Bhubaneswar. At 7:30 I'm on stage. And then I refused to go on stage. मैं नीचे उतर के माइक लगवाया गार्डन में, एंड मैंने गार्डन में सबके आजू बाजू किया बिकॉज आई डिडंट वांट टू स्क्रीम टू मच फ्रॉम द स्टेज.
Oh my God. Horror.
तो तू उनसे पैसा लेके आया, फिर उनपे खास के आ गया तू वापस, तो तू अपना
हाँ, सब
फोन पे
But
लगा
as
you know what
close
I
as possible to the audience.
you know what I really like, what's really interesting anytime a flight delay happens, right? What's interesting is you get to see how adversity fuels solidarity, right? Because you
Hmm.
हाँ
begin
मेरा
that
मैनेजर तो छोड़ के
journey,
गया मेरे को.
you begin
बोलता
that
मैं घर
journey
जा रहा हूँ.
as separate individuals,
Yeah.
as complete strangers. But the minute the flight delays begin happening, right? Slowly all of you start coalescing into one organism. And by the
Yeah.
end of it, you are one, like in sync with each other. You know, like एक आदमी डिमांड करता है, सब लोग बोलते हैं हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Always.
It's, you
You
know,
just
like
need
you
that
get,
one spark और वो करके पूरा आ जाता
it's
है.
because you know, you start recognizing faces and you're like, बहुत डिले हो गया, हाँ बहुत डिले हो गया, आप कहाँ जा रहे हो, हाँ मैं इधर जा रहा हूँ. And then stories start getting swapped, and then just your common bitching against the airline that has delayed you is
No,
just such a
bro,
strong force.
that delay, time wasted is one thing, but many a times if you're put on the flight and to save fuel and all, if they don't keep the air conditioning going,
Oh
That's
boy.
it's
that
suffocating.
is where, bro, then it just, तू ऐसे भूखे लोगों को रखा है, तूने एसी नहीं दिया है उन लोग को, तो वो तो कुछ बोलेगा
So,
ही ना, मानना नहीं चाहिए,
okay,
लेकिन
I'm
कुछ तो.
surprised that so many people have opened the emergency exit while the flight is in the air. Nobody opened the emergency exit while it was on the ground.
oh, can I
Bro,
tell you?
this
So let me
happened.
just tell you a
Alaska
few
Air.
stories. Yeah, yeah.
Alaska Air. उसका
वो तो हवा
जो
में, हाँ.
इमरजेंसी वो तो खुल गया, bro. You know, you've seen this scene in so many movies, and it's one thing that's played in all our heads at some point in time on one flight. कि अभी अगर ऐसे बैठे और ये अगर खुल गया तो मैं कितना जल्दी जाऊंगा वो
Dude, I
उसके
think there's a
तरफ.
Mike Birbiglia joke which I always think of for some odd reason, man. It's a what a great joke it is. It's that, have you ever sat on a flight, looked around, and gone like, if this flight goes down, these are the people I'll die with. So, but I have to tell you this. So first, let me tell you the story of this, the current. How did people land up on the tarmac, eating food, okay, with this Indigo delay, and then I'll tell you how unbelievably patient we are as people. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have seen the viral video that's gone out where people are just eating food on a tarmac being served by Indigo, right? So the story of that was basically ki, on Sunday, Indigo's scheduled morning flight from Goa to Delhi took off only at 7:55 p.m. after a 12-hour delay caused by intense fog. Right now, however, after taking off from Goa, visibility dipped again in Delhi, and on Sunday evening, the aircraft was redirected to Mumbai. Now, once the plane landed in Mumbai, passengers had to be deplaned and shifted to the terminal building. But frustrated with these repeated delays, they refused to cooperate. So the public, like I was telling you, it became one organism, and they were like, "Hum idhar hi baithenge." Okay, so they have settled down on the tarmac, after which food was given out. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, so they have settled down. The food has been distributed on tiffin boxes, chit chatting, scrolling on their phones. All of this has happened. Um, now first, the first
वहां
amazing
पे
part is
ऐसे
that
बैठ के बोल रहे हैं, अरे वो देख राधिका आप्टे एरो ब्रिज में.
क्योंकि अगर
no,
मैं इनकी
also
जगह पे होता मैं क्रिकेट खेलने लग जाता, बिकॉज मैं जब भी टारमैक देखता हूँ, द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट कम्स टू माय हेड इज इधर क्रिकेट खेलने में क्या मजा आएगा ब्रो.
so also, but think
ओपन
about this
ग्राउंड.
right now.
विकेट
Just
खेलने
imagine,
में मजा है.
just imagine you are a person who has never been to Mumbai before. Okay, you are landing on a flight for the first time, and as your plane lands into Mumbai, you look outside the window to get your first glimpse of Mumbai, and you see
People on the road,
200
on the
people.
tarmac.
ओह माय गॉड, इंडिया, इधर भूखा नंगा लोग ऐसे जमीन पे बैठकर खाना खा रहा है एयरपोर्ट पे. चुप चुतिए, फ्लाइट
लाइक
डिले
तू
होगी.
क्या, तू ऐसा क्यों है, तू इंग्लिश एक्सेंट में क्यों बात कर रहा है, तू दिल्ली से.
and and also like how crowded is this airport that it has spilled onto the tarmac.
tarmac.
ब्रो
Public
मुंबई
bus
एयरपोर्ट पे होता
इतनी
था ना, एक बार है ना, हम लोग ऐसे खड़े, ठीक है, प्लेन पर, प्लेन हिल रहा है लेकिन ऐसे एकदम स्लोली,
yeah.
ठीक है. तो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या आ रहा है. फिर पायलट बोल रहे हैं सॉरी देयर इज ट्रैफिक, एंड इन माय हेड आई वाज लाइक बॉम्बे में एयरपोर्ट पे भी ट्रैफिक चल रहा है, ठीक है, एंड वी आर लाइक 78th इन लाइन यू नो टू टेक ऑफ ऐसे. एंड बिकॉज इट्स अ लॉन्ग थिंग ना, यू कांट सी, बिकॉज यू जस्ट सी दिस, इतना देखो
बाजू हाँ साइड.
हाँ बट एक यू टर्न होता है.
हाँ, फिर आगे जाके ऐसे कल्डेसैक जैसे एक ऐसे एक यूटर्न है यहाँ से वो उड़ने वाला है. तब मेरे को दिख रहा है ब्रो ऐसे प्लेन ऐसे राइट ले रही है, एक उड़ा, दो उड़ा, तीन उड़े. अब मैं देख रहा हूँ, ओ फक, इतने सारे, इतने लोग लाइन में थे. यू थिंक यू आर द ओनली वन, योर प्लेन इज द ओनली प्लेन, बिकॉज़ लिटरली तेरा पेरिफेरल व्यू एक जगह तक ही है, राइट, आगे पीछे क्या है नहीं मालूम पड़ रहा है.
No,
सो इट
and
वाज,
that's when you want to tell the pilot, भाई हॉर्न मारना.
हाँ थोड़ा
कुछ-
ओवरटेक कर उसको, राइट
हाँ.
से ले ले.
So now here's the other small detail about this whole incident. Okay, so by the way, Mumbai airport has been fined for this incident. Indigo has been fined for this incident कि तू पब्लिक को नहीं बिठा सकता है, खिला सकता है टारमैक पे. Okay, because can you imagine also the pilot who's landing his plane and has to divert because tarmac पे public घूम रहा है. Time to go to Dhaka, ladies and gentlemen, because Mumbai airport has people on
But
the
there's some
tarmac.
security regulation that are being flaunted here. Like these are
Yes.
straight up, because this is
So-
a friend of mine. We were at an international airport. ओके
हम्म.
अब हम लोग एरो ब्रिज पे हैं और हम लोग का एक बंदे का पासपोर्ट गुम गया है, तो हम लोग सब लोग खाली वो
एरो ब्रिज
पासपोर्ट
पे?
के बारे में बात. हाँ, नहीं ड्यूरिंग चेक इन गुम गया था, बट देन वी मैनेज टू गेट हर ऑन द फ्लाइट एंड यू नो बहुत कुछ हुआ
Without
क्योंकि
a
वो
passport.
औरत ने
पासपोर्ट.
रुकना क्या हुआ था, दे आर नॉट रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट हर पासपोर्ट. यू नो व्हाट द पर्सन डिड, वो जो स्वाइप करते हैं ना द पासपोर्ट का जो बॉटम का एरिया होता है ना, दैट दे स्वाइप, दिस वुमन स्वाइप्ड इट सो हार्ड दैट she tore the front page of her passport. And then this white woman is saying, I didn't do it this hard. Your passport was flimsy when I got it. बोलते मैं अभी आधा like एक महीना पहले पासपोर्ट बनाया ये ट्रिप पे आने से पहले. How can the passport tear? So उस लड़ाई में अभी वो basically they're saying now you don't have a passport, go to the Indian embassy. उसमें हम लोग ने कन्विंस करके वो निकाला है and now she's boarded somehow. They've accepted that this passport has biometrics सब क्लियर किया. अब हमारा दिमाग में यही चल रहा है कि ये प्रॉब्लम है. साथ में मेरा एक दोस्त वहां पे एरो ब्रिज पे मेरे से पास होता है एंड ही इज लाइक दिस. Now I didn't ask him because he was not priority at that time. This woman was. So we are all giving priority to this girl. Once we land in Toronto, this guy tells me, dude, मैं तेरे को बताओ क्या हुआ. तो वो बैठे हम लोग अकेले कॉफी पी रहे, बोलता है कि मैं घूम रहा था एयरपोर्ट पे. क्या हुआ था, बिकॉज वीड इज लीगल. तो मैं एयरपोर्ट पे स्मोक करके आया था, विच इज फाइन, कैनेडा इट्स ऑल लीगल. तो पहुंचा एंड दिस गाय इज गोइंग थ्रू डोर्स ट्राइंग टू गेट टू द फ्लाइट कि अभी चेक इन हो रहा है. He has opened one door and walked onto the tarmac. And now ये वैंकूवर एयरपोर्ट पे टारमैक पे जा रहा है. Now he doesn't know what the fuck is that. Next thing you know, there are people with guns all around him. And that is how this guy has been escorted back to the aero bridge. And हम लोग पासपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, ये हम लोग के बगल में से ऐसे जा रहा है कि fuck मैं मरते मरते बचाओ.
Oh
Fuck,
my
लेकिन what a
God.
great way to get on the flight first.
Yeah.
उसको लेके सीधा
मरते
पहले जाके फेंका
बचाऊं,
होगा फ्लाइट में।
मरते मरते बचाऊं नो, डिपोर्ट होते होते बचाऊं।
Yeah, this is
अबे
insane.
जेल
So,
जाते जाते बचा हो।
हाँ
कनाडा बहुत अच्छे स्वीट लोग हैं, इसलिए उसने कुछ किया नहीं, वार्निंग देके छोड़ दिया होगा।
So,
ब्रो।
okay,
हाँ
let me tell you these three incidents, okay? And the first one illustrates just how patient we are as a people, okay? So, this people have started eating on the tarmac and all after a 13-hour delay, okay?
हम्म।
But in Malaga in 2018, um, there was a delay of an hour and a half, okay?
okay.
And one Polish guy said, you know what? That's too much. He said, I'm not going to wait any longer. And he has gotten up and announced to the whole plane, he says, I'm going on the wing. And then he has
What?
opened,
Opened. Yes, that's what I was thinking. कि किसी ने क्यों नहीं किया है ये अभी तक इंडिया में?
he has opened it and gone onto the wing. And he's like,
हवा
"Main
खा रहा
bus
हूँ मैं.
he's just a 57-year-old Polish guy." I was like, fuck all this delay. I'm out. Okay, so that's one. Now, let me tell you the second story, which is the longest flight delay of all time. Okay, in history. So the longest flight delay of all time happened on 7th December 1941. Okay, this was a Pacific Clipper. Okay,
This is
this was a
during the
Pan.
World War.
Yes, and it has significance. This date has significance because it's a Pan Am flight. Okay, which was taking off from New Zealand going to America. But on
Oh.
7th December 1941,
Hey, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor happened. Okay, now because Pearl Harbor happened, the flight was delayed.
And
But
people
it
are
was
annoyed.
it was delayed. Yeah, people are annoyed. And it's delayed by a whole week. Okay, for that whole week, everyone had to stay in the US embassy.
Oh,
Okay, a
I
week
thought
later.
tarmac पे बिठाया उनको. आप बैठो. अरे बट क्यों? अरे बताएंगे आपको, आप बैठो. सबको रिफंड मिलेगा.
Everyone take your tents, start fixing it. So basically they have had to wait for a week. After a week, they were told you can go back home, but your flight will basically take off. It'll go westward. Okay, so this flight became the first commercial flight to circumnavigate the entire world.
Oh.
It went all
Oh.
around. So that's the significance of this flight. Now, the last flight that I want to tell you
क्या
about.
फोकट
Okay.
में पूरा दुनिया घूम के आया बेसिकली ना? ए हैव यू? हाँ, मैं पूरा दुनिया घूम के आया। क्या बोल रहे हैं? हाँ, चूतिया अभी गया, सर्कमनेविगेट करके आया। क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
Okay, now the last story I want to tell you is from 2014. Okay, this is fucking hilarious. So talk about delays. Okay, now this flight was delayed. Okay, this was not delayed. It in fact took off, but it had to come back. Now the reason it had to come back was absolutely crazy. Okay, the reason it had to come back was because the daughter of the chairman of this Korean Air flight was on this plane. Okay, the daughter of the chairman, Korean Air. Now she's on the plane and she calls for peanuts. Okay, now the crew gave her the peanuts, but they
Allergy.
gave it to her. No, they gave it to her in the bag. Okay, they just give it to passengers, right? So this is really peanuts. Enjoy. So she got livid because she's like, "How can you give it to me in a bag? I want it on a plate."
The
So
one time she can go, तुझे पता है मेरा बाप कौन है?
exactly. Now she confronts the cabin crew. Okay, her name was Heather Cho. And when she's on the flight, okay, she has fired the cabin crew who gave her the.
Oh shit.
She's fired it and he has demanded that the plane return to the airport. So the plane returns, and this has caused a delay to the passengers. Okay, it's a proper like meltdown. Can you imagine your plane getting turned back because one like nepo
Your
baby
flight
has
crew
fully
got
had a
fired.
yeah has had a meltdown, right? So she's so obviously this was a serious issue. It was international condemnation followed, and after that she was given a year-long prison sentence, of which she served 3 months.
Of
Now,
course.
the thing that this was called is the best part of it all. This whole incident was referred to as Nutgate.
at gate.
Crazy. Bro, all the aviation regulators, right? DGC and all of that, they have fined Mumbai airport 30 lakhs.
Yeah.
and fined Indigo 1.2 crores
Yeah.
for this security breach. Then also fined Air India and SpiceJet for specifically like for rostering pilots during low visibility conditions. Like certain clearance you need, they've not done it. तो उन लोगों को कर दिया. Fucking insane.
Good.
Yeah.
Insane. Anyway, तो और कुछ है फ्लाइट कैंसिलेशन के बारे में आप लोग कुछ बात करना है और फ्रस्ट्रेशन निकालना है कि हम एपिसोड को रैप करें.
अब रैप
भाई
कर सकते हैं.
अभी रैप
Okay.
कर सकते हैं.
So
नीचे
best of
अपना
luck
अपना
to
फ्लाइट टॉर्चर अगर if you want to share your
हाँ
stories.
share
Yeah.
शेयर करो थोड़ा
If you are
कमेंट्स में.
if you are at an airport right now because
Right
of a
now.
delayed flight, please write it in the comments below and give us all the reasons and what is happening with you
Yes.
at this point in time.
And we hope you don't get any more cancelled flights and hope everybody's flying safe. But in case of it not happening, please don't take it out on the staff, the pilots.
Yeah.
It's not in their hands.
Please don't.
Behave nicely. गाली दो.
Don't
Twitter
open
पे आके गाली
emergency
दो.
exits.
Don't open emergency exit.
Yeah, गाली
किसी
देने
को
के लिए
बचाओ
that's what
मत.
Twitter is for. That's what.
हाँ,
And
निकालो.
eat lots of watermelon.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you land up in Dhaka, don't escape from the plane
Yeah.
Correct.
and run into the city.
Okay, so that was it for this episode of the Internet Set. So we were discussing roadworks,
Okay.
flight cancellations, and before Baba sleeps, we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your family, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. See you again next week. Tabhi tak, bye bye, take care, good night, Salamesh.
Hold up.
Acha, 1 second. I just want to ask, Varun Thakur, your microphone is Yeti or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is or what? Check.
हाँ, क्यों फटीज है क्या?
थोड़ा फटीज है.
काफी.
अरे माँ की.
Yeah, लगा ही था मेरे को.
Cold open.
Fuck यार.